Greetings and welcome to A Wizard in the Woods, Season 2! Ah yes, that's right! We're back for another season of survival building in Medieval Engineers. I, of course, am the Wizard, and these are the woods in which I find myself today. In actual fact, these are different woods from the old woodland retreat that I built last time around, and to be fair, then kind of destroyed in a slight magical incident. After that, I had a bit of an adventure in a place called The Glade, which was all very spooky, and of course I totally saved the village, being the heroic wizard that I am. Since then, I have been trying to make my way back to the Wonder Workshop. Sadly, without any of my magical powers, it's been a bit of a slog, but I found this nice road that I've been following. I also built myself this little wagon, just so that I could bring some supplies and bits and pieces for me. But unfortunately, I seem to have encountered a slight impediment, as you can see here, look. It seems to be some kind of a chasm, and it bisects this region of the world pretty much entirely. I mean, I haven't explored up either side yet, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about it. Obviously, if I was still with my full wizarding powers, I could just fly over it, or indeed I could whip up a bridge or something to cross it. But as it is, I think we're just going to have to stop here for now. The sun is pretty high in the sky. We've got a little bit of time before nightfall. I think what I'll do is I will quickly whip up a camp. A little camp in the woody, you might say, in true evening melodrama fashion. You might almost say that I am Dr. Quinn, medicine wizard, as well. Yeah? No? Maybe? Right, anyway, look, let's just get on with it, shall we? Because there isn't a lot of the day left. Of course, we've got old Derek here and Boris over there in the blue. They are with me, the minions. They seem to have become strangely fascinated with the sky of late. They spend an awful lot of their time just staring up at the sky. I'm not quite sure what it is they're staring at. Maybe it's the fact that the sun is moving. They may not have gotten used to that yet. I mean, it happened a long time ago, to be fair, but nonetheless. Of course, since I've been here, there have been quite a number of changes. The gods have been at work once again in the world, making little improvements here and there. Look, I'm just going to back up my wagon, and then I'll show you some of its wonders and its glories. Yeah, so I think some of the issues that I had when I was building before with fracture pieces and stuff have now been rectified by the gods, which is excellent to see. Let me just I'm just going to apply the brakes here. Look, on my wagon. Look, I've got little brakes on the wheel. They're kind of awkward to reach. It's true. It's a little bit of a faff, but nonetheless, it helps to make sure the wagon doesn't inadvertently roll off down the hill or anything. There we go. Look, we've actually got them on the other side as well, but I don't think I'm going to bother applying them. Wheel brakes on the left-hand side only should be fine. So this is my wagon, by the way. I mean, what do you think? Let me just give you the tour here. So basically, the body of the wagon is made up of a large chest, which you can just see in the middle there, somewhere in there. Trust me, it is in there somewhere. And then at the front and the back, we've got these two smaller chests, which are used for storing things like tools and bits and pieces. I've got a couple of torches as well, hanging off of it, so that, leaning back there. There we go, look, we can actually target it. There we go, look. See, I've got some torches on here, so when it gets dark, I can still see where I'm going, and also light up my little campsite, or wherever it is that I am. Let me just see if I can target it to turn it off again. Can I? Let's not bother with that. Over on this side, I've also got a barrel here attached on the side, which is held in place by ropes. Look, you see the way the wagon totally stops rolling when I knock it? That's because of the wheel brake. Look, the back wheel's not rolling. See? You see that? Unfortunately, the brakes only seem to operate in one direction, so if the brake's on, it'll still roll in one direction, but not in the other direction, which is why, of course, there's a brake on each wheel, and they're orientated in opposite directions, which totally seems to work, more or less, anyway. So yeah, the barrel on the side here is for my foodstuffs and things, because obviously I have to survive, and in order to survive, I need to eat. Oh, there we go. So that's the wagon. Speaking of eating, I'm starting to get a little bit peckish, and it looks like we've got a good portion of the day left, but I'm not sure I've got enough supplies on me, so I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of harvesting. And I think the most important thing to do right now is to set up a camp before I start exploring what could be the rather dangerous edge of that chasm. Let's map out a campsite and we'll get a little campfire set up, because I've got an idea that I might like to do some cooking, believe it or not, for my lunch. Yes, cooking, a fantastic new activity that I have recently discovered. Let's create a campfire here. Look, there's a nice little cleared patch of ground, which should be good. Now, I'm not going to make anything too fancy. You know, as long as it's got a bed and a roof over my head, I think that's pretty much all that I really need, at least to begin with. If I'm going to be here for a long time, we might think about building something a little bit more extravagant. But I do not intend to be here for that long. So Boris and Derek over there, they're just going to like hang out until we think of something to do with them. But first of all, let's put down a little campfire here. Look, just like right there. Look, pow! There we go. Now we've got a campfire. Of course, campfires these days need to actually be given some fuel. Look, this is where the fuel goes, and we can grab some fuel from our wagon. So we've got a wooden food barrel that's got some uncooked meat in it, which I'm sure will come in very handy. We've also got some roots, some mushrooms, and some berries, just to keep us going. I've got a little bit of scrap wood here, as you can see. So we could maybe chuck some scrap wood on there, get a fire going, and start cooking up some lunch whilst we think about the rest of the camp that we're going to make. So let's do that. Let's just put some scrap wood on there. There we go. And we'll put some meat in as well, somewhere, somehow. Some bonfire in there, maybe? Yeah, there we go, look. That's it. And then we just light it. And away it goes. And hopefully the meat will cook, and yeah, we'll be able to have some nice roast dinner. Now, I'm going to have to chop some trees down because I've just burnt all of my scrap wood, and we're going to need some scrap wood for setting up our camp. So let's have a look in our little pack. Now, unfortunately, I didn't really think ahead. When I left the glade, I thought everything's going to be fine. You know, I had my wizarding powers back at that point in time. I drank a potion, which granted them back. It's all a very convoluted story during my Halloween special. But basically, the upshot of it is, all I came away with was an axe that I found knocking about, a mace, a torch, and a crossbow, with some bolts, thankfully, which may come in useful for defense, but I'm going to be basically dependent on Boris and Derek to begin with, at any rate, until we're able to craft for ourselves some fresh tools and things. So there we go. That's something we're going to have to bear in mind. Let's chop down some trees, shall we? Maybe let's just chop down this one here. Look, it's kind of close enough that we shouldn't have to move the materials too far, but it's far enough away that, with any luck, at any rate, it won't land on our wagon and send it flying. So let's get our axe out. There we go. We've got our axe. And let's chop this tree down. Timber! Down it goes. Ready for this? It's falling away from us. Oh, hold on. Back up a little bit. There we go. That's a pretty good felling, I think. That is a pretty good felling. All right, let's chop some of these logs. Just carry it on over to our nascent camp here. Look, the fire's gone out. We burned through all that wood already. We're gonna need a lot of scrap wood to keep that thing burning throughout the night. Maybe we could put logs on it or something. I could, of course, get Boris and Derek to help with this, and at the very least, they could carry the stuff back and forth for me. Boris, Derek, do you want to get involved over here? Should we make this our new stockpile? Let's do it. Look, let's do it. We're gonna say that's a stockpile, and we'll just start with Boris here, because you know, he's possibly a smidgen sharper than Derek over there. Come on, Boris, are you gonna do it? Oh, look, he's doing something. He's on the move. Boris is on the move. He's moving to the stockpile. Are you gonna come over here to where I have started chopping wood? Do I need to lay a wood chopping thing down? Let's see what happens if I lay a wood chopping thing down. Come on, boys. You know you want to. You know you're gonna be the best of the best. Pow! Are you coming? He's coming! Look at this! He's tearing over! He's not just coming, he's like just charging down. He's found a log. He's running around the log. Oh, bless him! Look, he's having a great time. He's having a whale of a time. All right, well, you just carry on doing that, and I'll do something slightly more useful by actually getting something here. Look, let's get this. We'll leave the branches for now because I don't think we need them. We've got quite a few logs here already. Let's just start shaping these, and that should hopefully generate us a little bit of scrap wood, which we're going to need. Did it generate any scrap wood at all? Oh, okay. Look, there's some. There is definitely some scrap wood. I have to, it can be a little bit awkward sometimes to target these things. Hold on, where are we? Come on, come on. You know you're here somewhere. We don't want to remove the flag. There, no. Here, no. Come on now. I've now shaped. Oh, okay. Like if you shape the square timbers again, you actually shape them into round timbers. That's new. That's totally new. That was not what happened before. Sorry, I'm standing right where the woodcutting area sign is. Oh, that's better. It's better. It's not as cinematic, but it's definitely better. Okay, well we've generated a little bit of scrap there, so let's go ahead and place the first bits of our little camp. And actually, I was going to just plonk this straight down on the floor, but actually, can we put down? Do you think we can put down a bit of wood on the floor just to make it a little bit more comfy? It's going to be kind of like intersecting with the fire, which is well, fine. Let's put them both down. Let's put them both down. We'll see how it works out, shall we? And let's get our. We haven't got a hammer, have we? If I had a hammer, I could do stuff, but I don't have a hammer. Well, I can always craft a hammer. Let's make ourselves a little table to craft on. I don't think we can actually make tables themselves, but what we can do is we can make wooden chests, look. Let's make ourselves a nice big wooden chest somewhere near our camp. Behind the wagon. That'll do nicely. This is where we're going to do our crafting, right next to the stockpile. It's going to be perfect, look. It's going to be absolutely perfect. Okay, so here is where we're going to do our crafting. We'll call this our crafting. Oh, wait, I'm suddenly really hungry. Let's see if the fire is finished. Where are you, fire? I know you're now kind of being intersected a little bit. The meat is still raw. The meat is still completely raw, and all of our bonfire, all of our stuff's gone. All right, fine. We're just gonna have to have a meal of berries, and possibly some mushrooms. We'll eat a couple of berries and a couple of mushrooms, and some roots, all completely uncooked. I'm not very happy about that. That should totally have been cooked. I don't know what to do. Have we got to fill this flammable bar up? Surely not. Surely not. That would just be... Well, I mean, we are talking about the medieval engineers' gods here. So I wouldn't put it past I wouldn't put it past you, gods of medieval engineers. We know what you're like. We still need more scrap wood in that case because we've totally just used it all. Just bring this up. Boris, have you decided you had enough, are you? You tired now? We just drop that down there by you. You tired? All right, why don't you just take a rest and stare at the sky for a bit? Don't turn around. It's fine. I'll do it. I'll do the rest. You just stay there. Don't worry about the fact that you're the minion and I'm supposed to be the big powerful wizard. Let's make the rest of our camp like design here. We want to place one like that side, like a tent. Totally like a tent, almost identical to a tent, in fact. And one on this side. Have we used up all of our scrap wood already? Have we totally used up all the scrap wood already? Alright, that's fine, that's fine. I'm sure there's more in the woodcutting area, and then we're basically done as far as our camp is concerned. Our little camp in the woody will be virtually complete. Let's bring these scrap branches back. Pow! Just like that. Just like that. Of course, this is just the framework of our little tent, and we can make it a little bit bigger. We could maybe have like a back portion to the tent as well, and we could maybe move the fire so that it's not... so that it's not clipping into it. That was slightly poor placement, really. I should probably have placed the tent first. Is there any way to pick up a campfire? Do you know? Is there any way to do that? Can I maybe use a hammer or something to deconstruct it? I guess we'll find out in a second. But we need to make a hammer. What do we need to make a hammer? Let's check our little crafting bench here. Okay, so to craft a hammer, we need to go to our crafting menu, and for a hammer, we want 5 scrap wood and 1 stone. We've only got 1 scrap wood currently, and no small stones at all. So we're going to have to dig up a small stone. And of course, I don't have a pick to do any digging, so I'm going to have to get the minions to do that. And time is running short, and I'd like to get a bit of a stockpile of wood as well. So let's throw down a mining thing. I mean, I could maybe get this little nodule here mined. I don't know if there's anywhere else around here where we could get stone. I could probably do a little bit of exploring, but because the light is fading, I think what we're going to do, actually, is we're going to do this. Look, we're going to put it down like here. Maybe a little bit back here. Yeah? Is that good? Now, Derek, if I make you a miner, please don't plummet to your death, because that would be bad. So we need you to be a miner. Here we go. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Derek! Mine! Yes! Okay, good man. Good man. That's right. Oh, no, careful. Don't walk all the way around it. You just have to dig into it a little bit. Just dig. All I need is like one small stone. That's literally it. In fact, let's make you a servant as soon as we've got what we need, shall we? Is that a good idea? Just digging away. He's digging away. Can I maybe quickly chop a tree down whilst he's doing that for some wood? He seems to be having a bit of a hard time over it. Here we go. Chop this tree down for some wood. How are you getting on over there? Oh, he's made some stones. Have you made a small? You've got some small stones. You have. All right. Wait, no, don't fall off. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. Just become a servant. That's right. I mean a porter. Oh, I've actually made him a porter. All right, that's fine as well. Be a porter. Carry those stones over to the stockpile. Be a deer, wouldn't you? And carry those stones over to the stockpile because oh no, wait. Stop. Boris. Oh, Boris, please do not do that. Do not go pushing the wagon around. We cannot afford to lose this wagon off the edge. That would be very bad indeed. Let's turn this back around here. Hold on, all the way back around. Like this. There we go. Alright, is that safe there? I think we might, yeah, look, we've got the wheel kind of like hooked around this tree. That should be safe now. Oh, that would have been bad. Alright, lads, good. Fine, you just stay there. I'm going to chop this for some more logs, which we can then use for wood for our fire and also for building and other things like that. You can also, like, carry them over if you want. Please don't knock the... Have you done it again? He's done it again. They've done it again. Look at where it is this time. All right, we're moving this. We're going to take the wagon. I'm not even going to take the wheel brakes off. I'm just going to take the wagon and park it alongside here. Look, like this. Here we go. In a bit more. In a bit more. Is that it? Is it like locked in place there? I think that's it, locked in place. All right, fine. That's good. It's fine there. It can't go any further in, but hopefully it should be safe. We're kind of like jammed between two trees. Yeah, all right, guys. You happy with that? You're not going to go battering anything? Have you brought the small stone over yet so I can do this crafting? I don't want the large stone. Derek, can you... Hold on, I'll get it. I'll get it. There we go. Look, take that to the crafting thing, please. I mean, to the stockpile. Meanwhile, I will pick up this one small stone for myself. We'll just push it over. Fine, just get over there. I am, of course, risking extreme toe stubbing by doing that, but nonetheless, we need to get stuff over here as quickly as possible. Let's just move the rest of this scrap wood, pick it up into my inventory, take it back over to the crafting pile, drop it back down onto the ground. There we go. Whoops, I believe I just destroyed those by accidentally swinging at them. Yep, okay, well, never mind. C'est la vie. Oh, we're really starting to lose the light, aren't we? Alright, we better get this started quickly. Crafting, we want a hammer, so we're gonna need scrap wood times. Where's all the scrap branches gone? Where have all the scrap... I literally just carried a ton of scrap branches over here. Where have they all gone? Where are they? Where are all the scrap branches? Seriously, I'm not going to be impressed if they all magically somehow got destroyed. They did! They magically got destroyed just because I accidentally swang at a pile that was here. How does that even happen? When I was dropping them, were they magically being transported into one massive great big pile over here, rather than where I was trying to drop them? And then they just got obliterated by a single swing. Gods of medieval engineers! Why? Oh. Alright, well, maybe if we just shape these, we can make enough. It used to be that you actually got loads of scrap wood when you shape these, but how much are we making now? We made 3 off of 2, and one of those we may have already had. We made another one. You get 1 bit of scrap wood. 1 whole bit of scrap wood. What? I mean, clearly, I mean, it's not just me, right? But they're actually, they're quite a lot. There's quite a lot that we've taken off to make them square like this. But apparently that all just vanishes and is no longer becomes scrap wood. Look, we've only got 4. Is that right? We've only made 4 bits of scrap wood off of those things that we did, and there are some scrap wood branches here as well, apparently. Alright, here we go. The sun is sinking behind the horizon on our first day surviving in the woods, but I think now we can make our hammer, which means we can complete our camp. Hammer, we need 1 small stone. Right, we'll pick that up. Yeah, we've got that, and then we also are going to need 5 bits of scrap wood. I guess we need to use the branch. Put that in the chest, and now can we pick it up? Alright, fine, look. We're going to smash up one of these logs for an extra bit of scrap wood. Here we go. I mean, surely that whole thing is going to make like 4 or 5 bits of scrap wood, right? Oh, it actually made 5. It actually did make a pile of scrap wood. Wow. All right, fine, good. That's something. That is. I feel a little bit better now. Gods of medieval engineers, you have earned back a modicum of my goodwill and wizardly graces. All right, here we go. Look, now, finally, at long last, we will craft. If I had a hammer, craft! We've done it! We have crafted a hammer! We have created it from nothing but some scrap wood, which was, let's face it, a massive pain to acquire, and a stone, which wasn't as much hassle, actually. I mean, you know, Derek, you did it actually surprisingly well. I'm gonna have to commend you on that. Here it is, look! Here's my hammer! Now, let's see. Can we do this like this? We need to, like, target the roof wood, yeah? And then left-click to build. Is that right? Is it left-click to build? Let's find out. It is left-click to build! We're doing it! We're totally doing it! Yeah, we've done it! Look, there it is! That's part of our tent. Now we'll do the other side, look. Fortunately, we've got lots of timber 10 knocking about because of all of the wood chopping and stuff that we've had to do. Oh, I'm suddenly starving again. Hold on. Where's our campfire? Bonfire. How have you not managed to cook the meat yet? Ugh. It hasn't managed to cook the right. We're going to have to eat from the barrel again. There's nothing else for it. We're going to have our supper from the barrel. We'll figure out the bonfire tomorrow. We totally will. Let's have some more berries and a couple of mushrooms. There we go. That should keep us sustained. Right, let's do the floor. Should we just leave it like that? Look, can we do both of them like that? That's kind of like... I mean, it leaves the fire unexposed. It's maybe not perfect, but it's kind of better than nothing. And then what I was thinking is we put a bed in. We can actually have a bed. Oh, the luxuries. Look at this. The sun isn't even... I mean, actually, it hasn't gone down below the horizon, but it's not full dark yet. And... 7, we're going to build a bed. We're totally going to build a bed. Where should I put my bed? Should I put it just to sort of one side here? Tucked in nicely to the frame. Pow! There we go. We've got a bed. We've got a bed. We're going to bind this to ourselves. I, weird wizard, claim this bed as my own and say to the spirits of this land, should I die here, I shall be returned to life at my bed. For a bed is truly a magical thing. Agreed? I am the owner. Agreed. The binding has taken place. Now, it is getting rather dark, so let's head back through here and we'll light the other torch on our... There we go, on our wagon. Just to make sure that the camp is fairly well lit. Of course, torches on wagons, they will burn magically forever, but now the bonfire actually requires, you know, inordinate quantities of fuel in order to keep running. I mean, how quickly it gets through it, it's just crazy. Look. Required 2 meat. Craft. You have to actually click the craft button and then magically it happens instantaneously. Oh, there you go. That's all I actually had to do. So now we have a couple of roast meat. Well, let's leave them in the fire to keep it warm. And how long is this going to last? It doesn't actually give me a time, I don't think. Good. All right, fine. Well, let's just leave that burning away. Well, there we go. That is our first day completed. Surviving once again in the woods. It's nice to be out in the woods, I have to say. Even without my wizarding powers. I mean, we've managed to whip up a basic shelter much more quickly than we did before. We're definitely getting the hang of things. And despite my odd raging at the medieval engineers gods for some of the foibles that continue to exist here in the universe, it has to be said that definite improvements are being made. And the life of a wizard, or indeed a medieval engineer, is getting better all the time. So there we go. That is it, I think, for our first night's survival out here. Tomorrow, we're going to have to decide what we're going to do about the chasm. We're either going to have to explore and find a way around it, or we're going to have to find a way over... Oh, there we go. The fire's burnt out. the fuel that we put on the fire, that's it. It lasted 5 minutes, and now it's gone. But fortunately, at least we've still got light from the wagon over there. Great. Right, well, tomorrow we will decide what we're going to do. But until then, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I have been Weird Wizard, and I will see you later. A land that was naught but mud and trees before the return of the king. And we have laboured long and by the sweat of our minion brows, we have cleared the mighty forests, and raised works of wood and stone, towers and walls to hold back the night, shrines burning bright with the power of our gold, that the gods themselves might know of our struggle. We have sown the fields, harvested the woods, and reaped the shiniest of shiny coins.